morning, saints.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
This will be the best day of my life. First, giving honor to God and Pastor God,
God bless you.
First Lady, deacons, ladies of the church, mothers of the church. I've been asked to speak to you all today for swag. I'm going to read a scripture to you from John 9, 4 and 5. I must work the works of him that sent me. While it is day, the night cometh when no man can work. As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. Work. I heard in the mission of swag the word work. I heard maturity, growth, education, and empowerment. That's what I heard a few minutes ago. And so I was told that the theme was falling in line with God's mission. And I know you may say, well, I've done so much wrong. I fell short. I've sinned so much. I've messed up God's plan for me. I'm past the point of conformity. Well, I have to tell you today that you're not that powerful. You can't mess up God's plans for you. So we're talking about a different type of power or empowerment. God is the ultimate authority and the ultimate power. So we have to know where we fall in line with that power. So you might ask yourself, how do I conform? How do I fall in line with God's mission? Well, glad you asked. Swag on swag. Swag on swag. Say it with me. Swag on swag. You fall in line with God's mission by having, being, doing, and becoming swag on swag. Saved women who affirm God. Saved women affirming God.
Sure.
Who sacrifice, work, and grow. That's swag on swag. You will affirm God while you're sacrificing, working, and growing. Let's talk about sacrifice. The definition of sacrifice is the act of giving up something valued for the sake of something else regarded as more important or worthy. See, if you sacrifice something that's not worth anything, it doesn't matter. It doesn't hurt you. You don't feel it. So when you sacrifice, you got to sacrifice something of value. And strong women are always sacrificing. We sacrifice ourselves at home, at work, in our communities. And we do it oftentimes without thanks. It goes unnoticed. But that's a strong woman. And you don't do it because you have to. You do it because you know it's necessary. Women are the pillars of our community. We make strong sons and daughters. And we sacrifice ourselves to do so. And we don't regret it, not one moment. We don't ever regret it. We grow them up. We send them out into the world. And when we send them out there, because they've been right here at New Providence, they go out into the world as a light.
Amen.
So that's what we do as strong women for our sons and our daughters. We're not going to forget the household, our husbands. We make them strong. We are there to lend an ear. We are there to hear them when the world does not hear them.
All right.
That's a strong woman.
Yeah.
Let's talk about working. See, I'm midway through swag, y'all. Working. Working is defined as an activity involving mental or physical effort, done in order to achieve a purpose or a result. Now, I don't have to tell you whose purpose we are serving.
All right. That's right.
We are serving God's purpose.
Right.
And we do that by being strong women. How do we stay strong? We stay prayed up. We stay in our Bibles. We show up to Bible study. We show up to church on Sundays.
Yeah.
And not only do we listen and hear the word, we got to apply the word. So when you go to work, everybody ought to know whose you are. When you walk into school, I'm talking to the youth, y'all too, y'all got swag. Everybody ought to know whose you are. There shouldn't be a moment that you're not praying for your peers and your co-workers. Now, I know the impulse is strong to talk about folks or to kick them when they're down, especially when you're vying for that same promotion or that same position. But don't do it. Resist that impulse because you're a strong woman. You affirm God. And we affirm God by praying for those who are vying for the same positions we are. You pray for them whether you get it or you don't.
That's right.
Because the Lord has something for you. And I know y'all have heard this. Nobody can take away from you what God has in store for you. So you pray about that thing and you move on. That's swag.
Wow.
Growing. The definition of growing is undergoing natural development by increasing in size or changing physically. Progress to maturity. Now, I know some of y'all are saying I'm seasoned. I'm mature. I know my Bible inside and out. I do exactly what I'm supposed to do. I got something for y'all. You're never too old to learn. You are never too old to grow. Every day, when the Lord blesses you to open your eyes, you should find something out of that day. Get something out of that day that you can impart on somebody else coming behind you. Here's another secret. Everybody doesn't grow at the same rate. So I go back to what I said earlier. You should be praying for folks. Even though that person is older than you, been in church longer than you, it does not mean that they've grown with you. So you reach back, you pull them up with you, you pray for them, because you're a strong woman. And my young ladies, you're never too young to learn these lessons. You learn them now. That way they can blossom and flower later on. And that way, when adversity strikes, your first impulse is not to cuss and fuss. It's to pray. Give it over to the Lord.
That's right.
That's what you do. And you move on. Because you got sway. Growing also entails educating. Women, I don't have to tell you. You are the first teachers to your children.
Amen.
They do what they see you do. Now, obviously, we're not perfect. We're not going to get it right every single time. But that's why I said sacrificing, working, and growing. ING, that's a verb. That is perpetual. That is something you strive for. That is something you do continually. Which means there's room for mistakes. Our Lord did not die on the cross for perfect folk.
Wow.
He died so he could help you get there.
What you say?
So again, you continually do these things. When you make a mistake, you keep it moving.
That's right.
Use that mistake, though, to learn, so that you don't continually make the same mistake. See, that's why folks kind of get in a rut, when they're doing the same thing, expecting different results. Yeah, that's never going to work. So I don't want to leave out self-care and self-love. See, women, we are so busy doing so much for others. I mentioned sacrificing a moment ago. See, you have to know when to say no. You have to know how to say no. And then when you commit to something, you commit with your whole self, your whole heart. And you do it in Jesus' name. But you got to remember to take care of yourself. You can't take care of anybody else if you're not taking care of yourself. And I have to tell y'all women, I'm going to be real. We walk around with high blood pressure, high sugar, and we ignore all that stuff because we're too busy helping everybody else. Now, we can tell everybody else about their high blood pressure and their sugar. What about yours? That's right. So you got to take care of yourself. You got to go and get, now I'm getting a little off point here, but you got to go, you got to get to these doctor's appointments and do these things. And you got to do it for your family. There is no way you can sit here and receive the word when you're ailing. And it's stuff that you can take care of. And I know, we'll say, I'm going to pray on that thing and I'm going to give that over to the Lord. Well, the Lord is telling you to get yourself on over there to the doctors and take care of these things. You can't have swag all broke down and hurt. Can't do it. And resist the phrase or this idea of the superwoman. Stay away from that. It sounds good. Oh, she's a superwoman. Stay away from it. You know why? Because we're not super. We are doing what needs to be done, when it needs to be done. So no, we're not super, but we're divine. We are anointed. We are covered in the blood of the Lamb. We know whose we are. We're not super. So remember that. And I'm going to close out with a poem. It's called Remember Woman. Remember, woman, you were born, life giver, miracle creator, magic maker. You were born with a heart of 1,000 mothers, open and fearless and sweet. You were born with the fire of queens and conquerors. Warrior's blood you bleed. You were born with the wisdom of sages. No wound can you not heal. You were born the teller of your own tale. Before none should you kneel. You were born with an immeasurable soul, reaching out past infinity. You were born to desire with passion, abandon, and to name your own destiny. Remember, woman, remember, you are more than you can see. Remember, woman, remember, you are loved endlessly. Remember, woman, your power and your grace, the depth of your deep heart. Never forget, you are woman, divine, as you have been from the start. Amen. Amen.